How do you look back on that series and how it went?
Frustrating. I think from a team's point of view and a personal point of view, we put ourselves in a lot of good positions, probably in 3 of the 5 test matches where we're in a position after day 2 where we had every chance of winning those games. 2 of the games we didn't play anywhere near our best, but the other 3 I feel like we could have won each of them. So that's probably the most frustrating part about the whole tour in general. And yeah, from a personal point of view, I mean, again, frustrating. Obviously started with that 190 odd and then just couldn't quite. I think the main challenges with India are they challenge you in all different ways. Like they got Bumrah with his reverse swing, they got the skills of their spinners, a mystery spin, and then Ashwin and Jadeja. And I think I sort of prepared really well for that first wicket that we played on, which was probably the biggest turner of them all. And then I think we played on pitches that were slightly different and just didn't quite adapt my game quickly enough. But annoyingly never really felt out of nick, just couldn't quite put together 1 or 2 more big scores, which is probably the most frustrating part on my point of view.
From a personal point of view, what do you look to work on now then? Because, I mean, that first test innings was one of the greatest we've seen from an Englishman overseas. So what is the big work on for you? Yeah,
look, I think that was brilliant, but I can use that as a template. Like I said, I sort of left that knock thinking, right, I'm going to score 600 this series now, and I think that's probably the most frustrating part. But it shows that I can do it against those kind of spinners in the toughest conditions, which I can take a lot of confidence going forward for. But at the same time, it's working out that you've got to draw a line on after every innings and keep on moving forward and keep on reacting to the different pitches as quickly as you possibly can. So for me, yeah, and I think, look, I didn't get as many starts as I wanted as well. So just keep working on sort of my tempo at the start of the innings rather than just trying to sort of feel like I'm in straight away, which is only natural.
Number 3 though, is that where you want to keep playing? Is that where you feel is your best position?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I've had some good success there in all conditions now, sort of in India and obviously playing in Pakistan, and we played in New Zealand where I felt good as well, and at home I've had some success there, but at the same time I just want to be that little bit more consistent from my own point of view. I'm always critical about my own game, and I realise what I can get better on, and I feel like I've got the game for a number 3, so I've got a great chance over the next couple of months just to get back to just playing regular cricket. Obviously had that 7 months out, and then going straight into the test matches was a challenge. But at the same time, I've got a great opportunity playing for Surrey for the next sort of, I think, 7 or 8 weeks in 4-day cricket, where I can find that tempo that I want to be playing and batting at number 3 out in these conditions as well.
And as a team, this attacking style has brought so much success, but every time it fails, you leave yourselves open to criticism. People question Bazball. Where do you go from here, do you think? Does it need refining as we head into the summer?
Look, I think we still want to be a team where we're positive. We've had some good success over it, and just because we've lost this series against India doesn't mean we need to sort of reinvent the wheel again. I think for us now it's just about sort of tightening a few loose screws. That's how I describe it. I think we can take a lot of confidence over what we've done over the last, I don't know how long, 2 years or so, but we also realise we want to be the best team in the world, and to do that we need to be better at what we've been doing over the last 2 years as well. So I think in a few small ways we can just really hone in and actually become a better team, so we can then compete with the guys, especially away from home.
No confidence or faith in the policy, the system has been lost after India?
No, there's not at all. Like I said, we still want to go about that positive style of cricket and that freedom, but I think, especially from a batting point of view anyway, each batter's had some very good success in their own positions, and each batter's smart enough to know exactly how they need to play and to put about an innings and go and score 100 and as consistently as we can. And I think that's probably our next step as a batting unit anyway, is just to become as consistent as we possibly can. And if we can all fire sort of at similar times, then hopefully we can be a pretty dangerous side.